Alrighty everybody, we are back with some more Shadowrun. Normally I would alternate between the games I've been playing, but you know, I've done like I think 4 or 5 videos of the Jack Hoff game, about an hour apiece. I've done, I think, 3 videos of Warhammer, amounting to over 7 hours, closer to 8 hours for those 3 videos, I think, because 2 of them are well, one's a bit over 3 hours, the other was well over 3 hours, and the first one was almost an hour. So I figured I'd go ahead and do a second Shadowrun game video here to kind of catch up in terms of time spent. So we've returned to the Union. And we were just getting ready to leave, if memory serves. I might have to load my save. No, we were good to go, pretty much. I think... Yep, we were gonna leave. Head to the mission, the next mission. We've spent our karma. We are good to go. So good. Confirm. South Seattle docks. Ooh, we're going down to the docks. Leaving the Seamstresses Union behind, you head to the docks. The Ripper killed Sam, and maybe he or she slipped up with his latest victim. Left some useful evidence. Only one way to find out. South Seattle's your typical industrial area. Grit, grime, and gray. The rain doesn't help matters any. Layers of dirt mixed with abandoned wooden pallets, repurposed into makeshift furniture for the day workers. Garbage collects in the gutters of the broken down street. Disreputable is this district's middle name. Your destination, the National Transportation Safety Board warehouse, is located on a small strip of dock towards the less maintained end of the waterfront. Despite the presence of those who linger in such places, it's quiet as you approach the gate. Alright, so nobody immediately we can talk to. I'm not seeing much of anything that I can check out. I wonder, I don't think it says, but I wonder if, like, intelligence, you know, if there's any skill or anything for, like, observing stuff in the environment. A lot of these isometric games had that. So, using decking or rigging. Not intelligence. There's not really, like, an observation skill. We did increase charisma last time to get some better, or at least some additional dialogue options. I might go ahead and increase intelligence and get a little bit of decking capacity, just because it sometimes might be useful. I noticed there was some hacking options earlier that we possibly could have gotten into a few places that we didn't. Okay. Oh, we got a hooker over here. Let's talk to the hooker for some reason. Hey, you looking for a good time? No picture, I notice. Know anything about the NTSB? Yeah, the bums around here have been stealing old crap from that place for years. Not worth my time, though. Okay. Pretty pointless. So why the hell are we talking to the hooker and nobody else? Nobody else around here knows nothing. I don't know nothing. Or nothing. Halt! Lone Star Guard. Ah, the guard looks bored. He toys with his gun. Yeah, that would be best I can see. He toys with his gun, absent-mindedly, like he might shoot something on a whim just to watch it die. One of them types. Hey, you're about to trespass on corporate property. You look like you're looking to get dusted street scum. I'm looking for my kitty cat. I'm working with a Lone Star on the crime scene investigation in the NTSB warehouse. Sure you are, and I'm Low Fear, King of the Dragons. Beat it. Oh goody, one of those guys. We're gonna pay the hooker to get him distracted a bit. Talk to the hooker. Not me, a friend of mine. I need you to have some fun with a guard by the fence around the corner. Alright, 20 bucks buys you 5-minute distraction, then I've got to get back to work and earn some real million. We've actually got some cash. Like, didn't we go ahead and give the guy a good time? That's a big gun you have there. Alright, so how the hell are we supposed to get in? Am I supposed to, like, knock him out or something? I hate it when this sort of thing happens. Because we got him distracted, but I don't see how I'm supposed to get in. I'm not seeing any holes in the fence. The gate won't open. I can't interact with this panel that I can tell. I mean, it's not letting me go up the fence. There's this, what looks to be like an easy to pop out patch in the fence right here, but it won't let me interact with that. And I can't go in any of the buildings that I can see. Oh, okay. I didn't notice that before. Oh. Okay. You breaking into the NTSB warehouse too if you see any of them airplane blankets or pillows snake. Okay. There we go. That was silly. Kind of place that would be good to look around. I'm not seeing anything. So far, this is really my only complaint about the games. They have these really nice environments. I like the artwork. It's not super high def or anything, but the game is a few years old now. Oh, so there is, you know, if you look around enough, you might find something you can look for. Like that right there. But I mean, they give you all this environment and hardly anything you can interact with within it. I mean, I'm not saying every last item needs to have dialogue options, but you know, you can be able to search through things, maybe have a randomizer so you can randomly find certain things for, you know, you can sell. You know, that's a kind of one of the fun parts. At least, maybe it's just me, you know. For me, that's a fun part playing an RPG, is exploring and randomized treasure and junk that you can find and sell. I also don't like the small inventory. That is just ridiculous. Inside, the large gray warehouse is as typical as the outside. High ceilings adorned with girders and rickety catwalks top a huge utilitarian room. Concrete and steel walls meet a concrete floor. This is a place for storing things and nothing more. Despite the quiet on the outside, the inside is a hornet's nest of Lone Star officers going about their business. In the center of the activity is the Emerald City Ripper's latest victim. With uniforms everywhere, no one stops you at the door. It seems this case hasn't leaked to the press yet. Lone Star or no, you've got a job to do. Let's see if we can find the dude some blankets. Oh goody, this fucker's already here. There's our little buddy over there, I think. Who that is. Took your sweet time, didn't you? You know the traffic these days, fill me in. We had to go over the evidence while you were en route. Turns out this might not be a Ripper murder after all. I left the computer on in the office over there if you want to see for yourself. Our victim worked here at the NTSB warehouse as a black box researcher. NTSB, National Transportation Safety Board. Warehouse, that one I wasn't familiar with. This warehouse is used to go over the wreckage from plane crashes and try to determine what happened. Vic was in charge of their highest priority investigation at the moment. We've gone through the victim's computer, and his case notes indicate he was selling secrets. Idiot kept records. Spilling corpse secrets, not the wisest career choice. Nope. Some runner like you probably offed him in to cover up his corp master's involvement and tried to make it look like a Ripper killing. Here's the office key, check it out for yourself if you want. Well, maybe this isn't that other guy, just a troll or another officer. Shadowrun guy interested. Can't get in there. See, this is the sort of stuff where decking might actually come in handy. Perhaps. Acidhedz! Surprised to see you here. Let me guess, Officer Aguirre tipped you off. Suppose you must have made an impression on him at the market yesterday. Or your cred stick did, at any rate. Anyway, surprise, we've got another Ripper victim on our hands. Looks like business is good for Dial Morgue these days. So what's the story with this one? You look like you've been putting in some overtime, Dresden. What can you tell me about the victim? Victim's male, mixed Native American descent, age 38. Based on the condition of the body, it looks like he was killed around 2 in the morning. And yes, I'm a little tired. Bodies have been piling up like cordwood, it seems. Cause of death? Unknown. Several internal organs were removed from his body after death, quite gruesomely. I'm not sure if the killer even knew what they wanted before they started cutting. Not much else to tell yet, really. He does have a lot of pre-existing scar tissue, so he probably had a major surgery at some point in recent history. Unfortunately, with the organs gone, I can't determine the nature of the surgery. It's not quite how I'd want to go out. Well, it seems that the victim was quite dead before the organs were removed, so at least he had that going for him, don't you think? The killer definitely took the lungs. The more I look at it, though, the other missing organs may just be eviscerated within the chest cavity. Is McCluskey getting any closer to a suspect? McCluskey couldn't find his ass with both hands. Don't tell him I said that, though. Yeah, I'm gonna try to avoid talking to the asshole. How's Officer Aguirre doing on the case? He seems like a real go-getter. Aguirre would love to solve it before McCluskey and get his gold detective shield. Plus, he'd love to see McCluskey suck it in front of his superiors. He's already tried to bribe me to keep information from McCluskey and slip it to him. I'm inspired by their tireless pursuit of justice. Did you take the money? He grins from ear to ear. Do you have any idea how much this job pays these days, sir? I don't think Aguirre's officer's salary is going to do much to seduce me into helping him. Sounds like the Ripper is taking a different trophy from each victim. Sam's liver, this guy's lungs, any theories? Sorry, I don't do theories. I'm just a scientist who happens to prefer dead people. However, while there was massive damage in the chest cavity, I can see that the victim's lungs were transplants, which is interesting since another victim's missing heart was also a transplant. Granted, modern medicine has made organ transplants relatively easy, but it is an odd coincidence. But as a scientist, it's just that, a coincidence. No, it's not. This is only the third body I've personally examined. One of our other branch managers handled the other two. If I find that more of the victims had organ transplants, I'll let you know. We already know that the one woman with her eyes ripped out had new eyes implanted, so 2 times a coincidence, 3 times a pattern. No clue, she just showed up next to Ken, I think. I'm gonna take a look around. Good luck out there. You're not a cop. I'm independent. What's your relationship to the dead man? Suspicion in her voice and eyes departs almost instantly when the subject turns to the deceased. He's my brother. I've been trying to speak with him, but I'm afraid his spirit is too disoriented by his recent journey to answer me. You're a shaman? Yes, for all the good it's doing me. If I could just make contact, I might be able to deliver justice and allow my brother's spirit to rest. I can tell you're used to shouldering a heavy burden, but maybe there's an easier way. Maybe get a... She looks at you, the flattery largely failing to affect her given the circumstances, but then inspiration dispels the dark cloud surrounding her. Perhaps my brother's spirit is too weak, that's a given. But my brother's spirit may not be alone here this night. She closes her eyes and concentrates, droning a low chant you can barely hear. Yes, there are other spirits who may be of help. Her features harden in frustration as if she's searching for something that remains elusive. Sighing, she opens her eyes and fixes with a stare. But I can't do it alone. What do you need? This warehouse contains the spirits of plane crash victims trapped between worlds. They wish to help, they wish to be heard, and I think they have something to say about my brother's murder. Lone Star won't let me in there, but you seem to have the run of the place. If you can find personal items that belong to the victims, I believe that I can summon a spirit to speak with us. I'll need at least 2 such objects. Can you find them for me? Of course. We're not going to get a new person to follow us around. That's just a little disappointing. I thought maybe we were going to get a new sidekick for a bit. Now we need to go through. Svelte young woman posing with an assault rifle. Okay. There's a large pile of old shoes on the ground next to the airplane seats. They could be discarded luggage or possibly the shoes worn by the occupants of the plane at the time of the crash. Dig through the shoe pile. Find nothing interesting about the shoes in the pile. See, this is what I was talking about. I like this. Actually being able to go look around and explore and try and find stuff. It's hard to say whether this is a heap of items and refuse recovered from a plane crash or simply trash that hasn't been taken out yet. Dig through the trash. A sticky substance of some sort seems to have seeped through the trash pile, and your hands are quickly covered with the stuff. After searching for a minute, you unearth a handful of interesting items. An earring, a lunchbox, a cred stick. Let's pick the cred stick. Surprisingly, the cred stick is still functioning. Slotted into your PDA, and now 200 million is added to your account. Cool. Dented lunchbox. A dented tin lunchbox that has seen better days. You can barely make out the face of a grinning troll on the front. Inspect the end of the earring. The earring is made out of burnished steel formed into the shape of a small salmon. An intense primal fear which washes over you as you touch its surface. This must be one of the items the shaman was looking for. Take the earring. Nice. I likes it. I ain't a magic user, but this is the 6th world, and things have power that they normally wouldn't in this world. So I guess we're gonna go in here. Yep, you go look in the locker. This appears to be the victim's locker. The door is slightly ajar. Inside you see several of the dead man's personal items. Inspect the toothbrush. Blue toothbrush is still wet from being used. It smells of mint and cigarettes. Inspect the comb. As you reach for the comb, the hair on the back of your hand stands on end, and when you take it off its little shelf, your heart thumps in your chest. Hard. This must be one of the items the shaman was looking for. Pocket the code. Leave the locker. Alright, and now we can check out the computer while we're here. This cyber terminal has been left on, presumably by the Lone Star investigators. Read the notes. Case file. Federated Boeing jetliner. Corporate owner Ares. Plane had several mechanical issues resulting in a mayday at 3:04 a.m. Pilot reported that the altimeter was reading in the negative values. Co-pilot takes over the controls as the pilot leaves the cabin to investigate the rear of the plane. Number 98. File has been corrupted. 96. Pratt and Whitney unmanned. Corporate owner Ares redacted and redacted. Private notes. Pertained to NTSB case, not file number 6. The crash of an Ares jetliner near the UCAS and Sioux Nation border. Okay, a bit of history for the Shadowrun universe, the setting. So after the return of magic, I discussed that in the first video. The cycle of time had passed and magic was returning to the world. There had been, I'm trying to remember the exact sequence of events. So this had been going on for a little while, just this gradual return of magic. But most people didn't have any idea what was going on, and nobody understood it. You know, there were some spooky things happening, but nothing substantial. People just chalked it off as stories and nonsense. But then some Native American terrorists, essentially, sometimes it's a matter of point of view, but in this case, I mean, they broke into a nuclear silo and threatened to launch the missile if the Native American lands weren't all returned to them, and all the Europeans left. So, threatening to nuke people if you don't get your way, that's terrorism. I really don't care what your point of view is. And of course they failed, but then that resulted in, let's ignore current political stuff for them, try to, but it resulted in a new kind of kind of a repeat of history. Native Americans were rounded up, taken off their reservations, put in camps, and one of them started to figure out how to use magic. He's a shaman, and he used the ghost dance, which, if memory serves, basically the people involved in the ghost dance sacrificed their lives in order to carry it off, and that, you know, their life force adds fuel to the spell, and they were able to do a lot of pretty substantial magic stuff that way. And this was kind of when magic really slammed back full force and came to the forefront, and people figured out, oh, this shit's real. And there were now there are a number of areas. There's one area, I forget the name of it, it's controlled by elves. There's a number of areas that are controlled by Native American tribes. Then there's the UCAS, which is the United Canada American States. And then down you go into Central America, that's basically Aztec territory. I talked about Aztec in the first video. Let's go talk to the shaman lady. I would like it if she came with us. Feels as though you have found enough objects. Yes, here they are. You hand her the objects you found, and she closes her eyes and chants over them for a time. When her eyes open again, they were filled with tears. Thank you. These items are all I will need. It shouldn't take me long to... crap. McCluskey. What the hell is all this? She's the victim's sister, sure, sir. This is a crime scene, officer, not some Salish drum circle. Watch your tone, she's in mourning. That's her brother, makes it her business. Isn't it standard procedure to contact the next of kin? Ma'am, consider yourself contacted. Now get the hell out. Come on, if we stay much longer, I'm liable to do something I'd regret, or worse, something I'd enjoy. Oh yeah, cool. Oh, I thought we were going to get to actually... That man is an ass. She stares daggers at McCluskey from across the warehouse. Yes, he is. But there's no helping it now. I should just be grateful we were able to collect these items before those clods guarded everything off. Can we still summon the spirit? Not from here, I'm afraid. Spirits such as these have domains to which they are anchored. We need to get back in there. Not looking good now, but do you have any plans for this evening? A little breaking and entering, perhaps, under cover of darkness? You sure you're up for this? As long as you can deliver and make it worth my while. It may be a rabbit hole, but I have to get to the bottom of it. Whatever your reasons, I thank you. Now, since we have the time, we should probably enlist some help. They may post security overnight. Alright, we're going to get together a group of runners, and I'm going to go out on a limb and say you know where to find the kind of people we need. Just smile. Good, I'll put up the money if you find the bodies. She produces a fistful of crumpled million from inside a leather pouch, starts to count it out, and shows the whole wad at you. Meet me back here at midnight, the spirits will be strong then. That's it, huh? How can we get in there? As you start to leave the warehouse, your comlink chirps and the face of Coyote pops up on the screen. Oi, Acidhedz, you in the middle of something? Just getting jerked around by Lone Star, same old thing. I hear you. Herjoff says, I don't know if I ever told you this, but I was born in the Royale. BTL pushers like Stevie J ran the squats, ran my world when I was growing up. Sounds nasty. It was, for all kinds of reasons. I have a cousin, Gino, who's been missing for months. He hit the sprawl about a year ago and immediately fell in with some tweakers. Bad guys. They hooked him on high-amp dream chips and started using him for all sorts of trick. I tried to help him, but he pushed me away, then he disappeared. I've been shooting up BTL labs ever since trying to find him. Guessing you have a new lead. It's not a lead. Her face lights up, she's running hot, has a serious edge. I know exactly where he is this time. I've got an old friend who eyeballed him herself. I'm on my way. Paco's with me, but we can use another hand. You in? I need you right now. Sure. I knew you'd come. I'll send you the address. See you soon. Gotta kill some time before we head back here, and they'll owe me a favor. We got our bodies for the run. The cluster of dilapidated buildings where Coyote told you to meet her appears to be the remnants of a public housing project. The buildings look like a cesspool filled with human debris. You find her standing with Paco on a street corner, eyeing the roofs, the doorways, the windows. Despite his attempts to engage her, Coyote barely says a word as the three of you weave your way through the tenements. She walks purposefully, her new cyber hand flexing open and closed with each step. It's unclear whether the action is voluntary or not. You circle around the back of the building, and Coyote jumps up, grabs the bottom rung of the fire escape ladder, and pulls it down. Without a signal, she starts her climb towards the roof. Paco looks at you worriedly and starts up the ladder. Woman on a mission. Thanks for meeting us, Acidhedz. I owe you one. No sweat, I figured you could use the backup. Yeah, you never know what sort of firepower to expect in one of these BTL squats. She brags, oh, hey, listen, I got good news for you. You know Sam's sister, Jessica? One of my contacts found her for me. while you were on your way here. I called her and asked her to meet you at the Union later today. Hope that helps. Good job, thanks. She looks at you, her scarred face soft. Least I can do. Alright, let's get this done. My cousin Gino should be in one of the squats past that door up ahead. I hear there's a whole lab set up in there. From my experience, there's usually a lookout watching for cops outside and a guard at the door inside. Like I said, don't know how much firepower to expect, but these guys are nasty, so stay on your guard. I just want to get in, grab Gino, and get out. Right behind you, babe. Let's do this. Alright. Clocker. Before we go, let's go ahead. We've got 8 karma that we can spend. I wanted to increase intelligence a little bit just in case I decide I'd like to. Let's see. Just in case I want to go ahead and spec a little into Decker later on. Increase our combat abilities a little bit. Let's talk to the BTL dude. BTL Clocker. Orc looks twitchy, his eyes rolling in his head. He scans the 3 of you, looks past to see if there are others, licks his lips and nods throughout as if going through some internal checklist. Oi, oi, how you doing? Good day for a trip, ain't it? Shilly Zen whispers in your ear, this guy's a clocker, trades work time for chips. Part salesman, part lookout. Probably has a signal device for the guys inside. You wanna go on a ride? What kind of rides can I go on? We got it all. All of it. We got it. Oh, yeah. What you wanna do? You want to do some crime, you want to be bad, we can hook you up. Don't roll that way. Want to be a hero, be a hero. We got fairy tale trick, chummers, love, you name it. And you can slag and frag to your heart's content. That's the real thing, right? Slagging and fragging. Don't matter for the trip as long as there's slagging involved, right? Coyote's eyes are hard, or people's tight with little pinpricks of hate. You do snuff too, don't you? Clocker looks around, more nervous now. Maybe, yeah, maybe, for the right price, you can feel it, what it's like to die, what it's like to kill. Just let me in. I'll see you around after this, probably see you lots. Dumbass. The sinless are free. Concern. Charlie. Woman is probably in her 30s, but hard times have aged her. She looks at you with concern. Don't do it, friends. Don't slot that jerk they're selling. BTLs are killers. They're theirs most of all. We're looking for, you know, you sound like you know from experience. She pulls her hair back to show you no implant. Then her mouth tightens and her eyes well into her tears. I do. I know. Lost my husband, lost my son, my daughter. They use her to record. Oh goody. You have a pass card to get in there? No. But Jamal has my son's card. Took it off him when his brain fried. Jamal's down the hall. Don't know if he'll give it up, but that's between you and him. What kind of guards do they have on this place? She looks around, frightened, whispers, they're serious. This place is back for the Yakuza. Japanese mafia? Oh man. How many and what kind of firepower? There's a guy on the door, Charlie. He sells the passes to get in. He's not tough, blinded eye. There's another 5 or so wandering around. 2 of them are bad news, covered in magic symbols. Mean. 5 or 6? That's not so bad. We have surprise on our side. Any chip heads inside the lab? Yep, all day, all night, and they can be dangerous too. Chip heads? Dangerous? Once someone's chips, they can send them any program they want, make them do whatever. turn them into whores, killers, anything. Looking for a kid named Gino. Know him? Who doesn't? He's here all the time. Gino's a clocker. Trades his time for chips, like their little errand boy. I saw him go in there this morning. He hasn't come out, so I imagine he's riding a dream chip. Got to go. Alright. Yeah, there's some nasty business that goes down. There's Jamal. Jamal has hard looking a long time chip head and man emaciated, hollow-eyed, but hungry and desperate. What you looking at? I want to buy your pass card. Looks suspicious. How do you know I have a pass card? People hear things. Well, you heard right. I sell them at a discount. Charlie charges $50 million for them, but I can get you 3 for $100. I don't mind paying it. I'm just gonna go check out your place here for a second. Oh, mine does. Charlie's an orc with an expression of boredom and one milky eye. He runs through a standard pattern. Let's see. Oh, we had some good options here. Didn't even need to pay up. Oh well. He drones through a standard pattern. Let's see if I can do that. Need a pass. 50 million each. 150 for the lot of you. That'll let you go in and come and go as you please. You can ship in there and we'll keep you safe while you ride. BT trips are separate costs, lasts about 3 hours. Prices vary by those inside. Got passes right here. Great, have fun. Let's go kiss. Not have to fight. Keep on moving across the bridge. Ah. The entire floor of this tenement has been given over to chaos and technology and squalor. Across the room, a chromed out Decker argues loudly with an armed thug, abruptly falling silent as they turn towards you. So, yeah, that's the thing about the BTLs. I talked about those in the first video too. Better than life, chips in general. Is like it's the most addicting qualities of drugs, video games, and movies all rolled into one. Combined with the fact that you experience it as if it was you. So you can experience things that, you know, instead of it being like secondhand or, you know, through fiction, you are living it. So, shotgun wielding thug squeaks in panic. It's the crew that took out Stevie J's place. I told you it was only a matter of time. The man with the cyberdeck calmly speaks with a heavy, digitalized voice. You messed up with the wrong BTL lab. Uh-oh, this is a Yakuza operation. With a push of a button, I can make these tweakers into my own personal killer puppets. You're fragged. Acidhedz don't attack any of the chip heads. They don't know what they're doing, and you could hurt Gino. No civilian casualties. Got it. I have a concussion grenade. Better than fragging the tweakers if they get caught in the middle. Operator. How far can I throw? Okay. Take out the degrading. That's security, this is an operator. I'd like to try and take his ass out. substitute mage out. Ow. Now she's gonna be in trouble. Now she's not doing too bad. Nice. Runs in, misses, and runs away. Weird. Where the hell did you go? Is the choice forcibly in the puppets. Jury. Gino. Those four tweakers. We were too. Oh, there's Gino. I was gonna say, were we too late? Or what? You eject the BTL, Gino's been riding in gas suddenly and his eyes flutter. He looks confused. Worse than the other chipheads you've seen, his lips are white and chapped, his eyes sunk into his head. There's vomit on his shirt and sweat on his forehead. When he speaks, his word is slurred. He's burnt. What the hell? You slaughtered me out. You fucking slaughtered me out. Coyote is shaking. She looks horrified. Gino! It's me, Carla. Gino looks at her with glazed eyes, no recognition. Swap me in, back in, goddammit, this is bullshit. I don't want to be here anymore. Swap me back in. He looks around the room angrily. His hand reaches for his implant. Coyote grabs his wrist, stops him. Gino, no! Coyote, be careful. Gino wrenches his wrist back from Coyote's grasp, and as he staggers back, reaches under his shirt and pulls out a gun. Coyote watches him horrified with tears in her eyes. Gino waves it around, blinking wildly. Back up, just back the hell up. Your brain burnt, kid. You've got to get off the chips now. He presses his hands to the sides of his head, his fingers still on the trigger, squints. No, I gotta slide back in. Get away from this track. This is the world. Reality sucks, but at least you can. It's real. You can touch it. Why would I have took this track? I was a god and a king. I was a king. Can you imagine it? He looks around the room, sees a squalor of the bodies, then he closes his own pitiful reflection in the machinery. No. Coyote shouts something, but it's too late. Gino jams the gun into his data jacket and pulls the trigger. There's a pop, barely a gunshot. He's gone. I'm sorry, Carla. I'm so sorry. Coyote looks to you, tears in her eyes. I'm not stopping. Not now, not ever. She looks at Paco, then back at you. A real rain is coming to Seattle, and it's gonna wash the scum off the streets. I'm gonna burn every motherfracking BTL shop in this sprawl until they're gone. Every motherfracking one. I say, I don't know if my choice there actually affected anything. I think the dude was so far gone, he was just done no matter what. Looking for trouble. Shannon's plan is the best lead you've got to find out more about the Ripper, but getting back into the warehouse is going to require some support in case the jerk hits the fan. So Seamstresses Union will have exactly what you need. A fixer. Finding this necessary middleman and deal broker, is key to most plans involving the Shadowrun. A good fixer is worth the million. It's their job to have the contacts and know who's good at what. They'll put together the team you need. Magical support, skilled street Sam for muscle, or a Nova hot decker for matrix work. Running the shadows is a life and death gamble. It pays to hire the best Shadowrunners you can. John Bartlett, Von Gross. Cherry Bomb flags you down as you walk through the door. Hey, Acidhedz, there's a woman looking for you. Jessica is something. She's waiting for you by the stage. Bellevue type. Wouldn't order anything. Won't touch anything. I think she's afraid of diseases or something. Thanks, Cherry. No charge, chummer. Why is the bar so empty? We don't get much action in the early afternoon. Just a few salarymen slumming Touristville and hoping to talk to Madame Sinful and some die-hard regulars. Madame Sinful? That's what the downtrodden folks call Miss Kubota. It's a Touristville thing. They like her to have a naughty name like that. Who's around? I just got in, but I think Coyote's cleaning the back bar. Mr. Delilla is hanging out in his usual place. The vendors downstairs come in a few minutes after you came in. Oh, and Bartlett's here. Don't think you've met him yet. Who's Bartlett? John Bartlett. Big presence at the end of the bar. He's in the biz. Connected. Might want to meet him. Is that guy still bothering you? You mean my ex, Shane? Yeah. No, he hasn't been in since that last time. No calls or pages or handwritten notes either. Weird. He was so persistent. I guess he finally got the message. Maybe you'll find someone at that Universal Brotherhood of his and settle down. I'm gonna have a look around. Have fun. Guess I gotta probably should talk to him. Full of life with a quick smile, the man tilts his head and watches you approach. Hey guy, what's shaking? A little this, a little that. I hear that, Ome. Might have something for you if you got the million. Time is money, I'm listening. You ever heard of the Nephilim Network? Of course you have. An in-the-know guy like you has to have heard of the premier murder team out there. Of course I have. Then you know you can hire us to run with you when you need expert help, not just any chube calling himself a runner. We cost more, but we're worth it. Okay. Pretty much on my team. We've worked well together so far. Red Gross. I'm very busy. You show me something worth my time or you walk away. Data from the NTSB. Rinraku would pay to keep it quiet and Ares would pay to know what it is. I got 800 million for something like that. I know you'll double dip on this one, make it 1,000. As long as you keep bringing in stuff like this, sure. I likes it. Here's Jessica Watson. It's the mysterious blonde bombshell. At a glance, you can tell that Sam's sister Jessica is from a different world, the opposite of Sam in almost every way. Her suit is tailored, her eyes are sharp, and her style exudes authority. Miss Watts, Jessica Watts? She eyes you up and down warily. She does a good job of hiding it, but it's clear that she is well outside of her comfort zone. Yes, and you are. My friends call me Acidhedz, and I counted Sam among them. That's funny. I didn't think Sam had any friends. Quality over quantity, I suppose. I'm sorry, it's just that it doesn't match with the picture of Sam I've had in my head all these years. She shakes free the thought and attempts a lukewarm smile. So you're the one I was called about. A woman who called herself Coyote contacted me this morning to inform me that my brother was dead and that I should come to this place and speak to someone about an investigation. Sam didn't die of natural causes, he was murdered. Briefly casts her eyes skyward, then gives a small shake of her head. I wish I could say it's a shock, but given the circles he ran in. Sam hadn't run the shadows in years. If you say, but even so, look at this place, these people, and you. Then she furrows her brow regarding you more critically. You're not with the police, are you? I'm getting that a lot lately, but no. By the look on her face, she's clearly struggling with this. I'll be honest, I would just as soon put all this behind me, and the fastest way to do that is through proper channels. Surely there is an official police investigation going on. Why not let the professionals handle this? I am a professional. But you must have better things to do than waste your time searching for whoever killed my low-life brother. First, Sam was my friend, and second, I'm being paid for my trouble. She seems genuinely surprised. Someone's paying you? I find it hard to believe that anyone who really knew Sam would put up the money to do it. Who is it? Sam, he hired me from beyond the grave. I don't understand. It's called a dead man switching, triggered when he died. Am I to believe that my drunken sod of a brother hired you to find the person who killed him after he died? The boardroom mask drops momentarily, and inside she reveals a brief glimpse of real emotion. I left Seattle to get away from Sam and this bullshit. Now I'm back, he's dead, and I still have to deal with it. She composes herself, and in a breath the mask is back in place. Listen to me, Acidhedz. You seem like a decent person, but I'm trying to move on with my life. Our mother killed herself last year, and Sam was Sam, you know? I've worked so hard to put my family issues behind me, I don't want to see this drag on. I would love nothing more to give you closure quickly. I appreciate it, but I think I'd prefer to just let it be. No one else needs to get hurt. Sam's paying $100,000. Can you beat it? My brother had my back when I needed him. I can't walk away from this. Are we talking about the same man? My brother was worthless. Acidhedz worthless. He used people. Never mind, I can see that you're not going to let this go, and I respect that you're honoring my brother's memory in your own way, but I hope you can understand how emotional this is for me. Her demeanor instantly changes from reluctant to helpful in the span of a single meditative breath. Maybe you can do things in a way the police can, and maybe I can help. What do you need from me? Whoa, options, options, options. When was the last time you spoke to it? It's been ages, I can't even remember. There was a note on Sam's body, sounded like an apology, an offer to meet up and bury the hatchet as signed Jessica. I wrote many such notes in the beginning, but I haven't made such an effort in a long time now. I don't know why he would have kept it. Because deep down he really did miss his family. Where are you on the night of Sam's murder? I will overlook the implied accusation to tell you that I was at a fundraiser all evening, a very crowded fundraiser. Did Sam have any enemies? Sam's biggest enemy was Sam. I don't know of any others. You would likely know better than me these days. Were you and your brother close? I think I've made my feelings about Sam pretty clear, don't you? Sounds like you hated him. I suppose I came to hate him. Yes, it's largely why I left. Show her the picture of her and Sam as a child. She takes the photo from you guardedly as if it might sting her, but that guard drops the moment she looks at it. Where did you get this? Sam's bunk. I can't believe he kept this. It was one of the few possessions he had. She studies the old photo for several silent moments. What happened between the two of you? Things were different back then. We were different. We were a family. Then, after our father died, things began to change, and we couldn't get back to a new normal. With our dad around, there was always a reassuring order to our lives, but after, everything got mixed up. You can never really appreciate the importance of a person in your life until they're gone. The remorse plays wet across her eyes, and it seems that she's not just talking about her father. She steels herself to tell the rest. Sam tried to be the man of the house. He truly did, but he couldn't handle it, and pretty soon he had spent every dime of our father's life insurance. Every dime. After that was gone, with Mom working 2, 3 jobs, he spent all her money too. I couldn't stand the way he abused her trust, so finally I just had to leave. Holds the photo forward, one part of her ready to relinquish it along with her past, and another looking to hold on to both. May I keep this? Sure, I got what I needed from it. Thank you. Tell me about your mother and her death. She was a devout Catholic. I don't think it's an exaggeration to say that she sacrificed her life for Sam and me. But she turned a blind eye to what Sam was becoming and refused to acknowledge his downward slide. I couldn't watch her do it anymore, and so I moved out. After I left, we drifted further and further apart. I wasn't here when she died. In fact, I didn't even know about it until I returned to Seattle 5 months ago. Where were you living before you moved back here? California Free State. What brought you down here? It was less of what brought me there than what made me leave here. I felt lost in Seattle, so I moved to California to see if I could find myself. And did you? Actually, yes. While I was there, I developed a whole new outlook, a vision for what the world could have become, and I came back here to help make it happen. I've taken up enough of your time. Thank you, Miss Watts. This as well, I need to get back to the office. But before I go, you should know that I'm reinterring my mother's body tomorrow, and I'm arranging to have Sam buried with her. The funeral is tomorrow at Our Lady of the Blessed Sacrament at 7 o'clock. You're more than welcome to attend. Wouldn't miss it. Goodbye, Acidhedz. I hope you find what you're looking for. Stay safe. Calm. Alrighty. Let's talk to Coyote. Wiping down the back bar, she doesn't stop when you approach, keeps her eyes on her work. Hey. You okay? Yep, fine. Listen, Acidhedz, I don't want to talk about what happened with Gino, okay? What's done is done. Gino's dead, I'm alive, and that's all there is to it. It's the Barons, right? Nothing more to say. I'm going to be looking for work, your kind of work, so if something comes up, keep me in mind. I will. Okay, I gotta do this now. Afternoon checklist isn't going to finish itself. Alright. Suck to hit. Just because you can. Glad to see you well, Acidhedz. You too, Mr. Clue. What's the state of the troops? Combat ready, perhaps more so than usual. Tensions are up. Word got around that the latest Ripper killing and people aren't feeling safe. When people feel unsafe, they either go to ground or they huddle up. You notice how empty the streets are these days? That's because everyone's either locked to their squats, holed up in places like this, or seeking refuge in the nearest Universal Brotherhood chapter house. Safety in numbers, chummer. Not that we need numbers here. I got it covered. I'll bet you didn't see you later, Mr. Blue. Later. We got some money we can spend, I think. Yeah, we got some good money. Let's go downstairs and see what might be happening. My nose, my poor nose. It's all stopped up. Doctor. Lived to see another day, have you? Just a pit stop, Doc. Night's not over yet. Suppose it's nights like these that ensure I have plenty of work come morning. Granted, a repeat customer means a person courting death more often than a good doctor should condone, but I don't suppose I can dissuade you from your course of action. Sorry, Doc, the job's not done. Very well, then let's talk about how I can help ensure you make it back alive once more. Let's look at the cyberware, see if there's anything new. Cyber leg, bone lacing plastic. Plus 6p, 8 HP, and 1 quickness. Damn, 2 essence cards. Yeesh. Cyberware is very expensive in this game. In the pen and paper, like a data jack was just 0.1. Cyberlam's just 1 essence base. This doesn't look like it has alphaware or beta or any of the improved types of cyberware either. Basic cyber I replaced with extends and enhances your vision, plus 3% to hit. Basic thermal armor plating adds plus 2 armor. Shyaways, bone lacing, plus 1 body. Not seeing anything I really want at the moment. Kinda thinking that we might be getting access to better stuff later. See about some decking here, we might find that useful. Let me see your inventory. Oh, we'd have to get decking to use it. Well, we've got a little bit of karma we can spend. intelligence 3, so... Decking. Decking 2 now. I think we're good. Let's see the inventory. Only 2 cybernetics available. Let's go ahead and pick it up. This takes the place of a weapon? Seriously? Looks like I can't have everything I'd like to have. Why in the hell is inventory so goddamn limited? This is ridiculous. Most of the time deckers strap their decks to their back. You don't have to carry the damn thing in your hands. So I guess we're gonna go without a melee weapon, which seems a little risky. Then I don't particularly want to give up either of my firearms either. Alright. Inventory, let's see if we can kill Joy. Let's take a look at our cyber deck, see what it's... Alright, programs 3, so we can get 3 programs for it and 1 ESP. Alright, that's what I needed to know. So ISP, I think we want that. That can be useful. That probably is a good idea. And that one. Imagine you are able to load up whatever programs you want when you start it. So this you actually have to keep on you. That isn't okay. that's gonna be my other main complaint about the game is the space is absolutely abysmal. Alrighty, so I can do some basic decking. Should be able to. If you were talking to me, there is business to transact. Am I right? Of course you're right. It's your job to be right. It's always business for me. I appreciate this about you. Street talk is that you are a dangerous individual. What can I do for you? Dangerous individual. I need to put a crew together. You got scratch, or you planning to pay me out of your earnings? What is this going to cost me? Well, for your speed, hired help will run you about 1,200 a head, and you start taking on tougher jobs with all the more experience the runner, the higher the rates. I can pay up front. Excellent, we agree on terms. I've got some runners on call who got any special requests. Let's see ya. Alrighty. So we got her already. And we're gonna get Coyote. I was gonna, well, I want to see if, seriously? It's not gonna let me get Coyote, huh? Alrighty, whatever. You return to the docks to meet Shannon Half-Sky, although the Ripper's latest victim was her brother. But Shannon appears cool and professional, a consummate runner by birth, not by trade. She'll get the job done, and hopefully one of the hearth spirits in this place can point you towards the Ripper. Dealing with spirits can be tricky business, but when they deliver, it's pure platinum. One doesn't have to be an Amerindian shaman to summon and control spirits. Anyone with magic talent can do it. But Shannon seems to have a particular connection to the spirit world. As you approach the gate, you know something's not right. The docks are already strange and uncomfortable at night. Trigger the need for caution, then you see it. The guards are missing and the gate's been smashed in. Oh goody, somebody's already here. So we got a couple of things that we can take a couple of grenades. Confirm. About time you showed up. Look, looks like we're the only ones who wouldn't take advantage of the situation. A bunch of mercs have locked down the area. I don't think they're here for us, though. My guess is there's something worth a bit of coin left in that warehouse. Damn, I was hoping this would be a milk run. Me too. I figured we just sneaked past a few Lone Star sentries, but I saw at least 4 mercs out there with bigger guns than Lone Star carries. Great. We gotta keep Shannon alive. Is there more than one way we can handle this? I don't think so. See, why in the hell does this need to take up a spot when I'm just carrying it on my back? Huh? Scrunker. You there. This blocks off limits. We've got a gas leak on the docks here. No loitering. This guy doesn't look like one of the hired mercenaries. Hey, are you even listening? Guy, get out of here. Really, guy? They aren't paying you enough, especially not once Lone Star sends its response team. Frag, I knew she was lying. Told me they jammed all the Lone Star channels. Damn it, I'm out. Easy way to deal with some of the people. Got a dead somebody over here, probably guard. There's somebody up there that is trying to hide. That looks like a sniper rifle or something. Thin out and secure the area. Okay. And there are 4 of them. Shadowrunner, 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 Shadowrunner. Really? Their hands got spells. Haste. Manifold. Ball, armor, aim, seriously, come on. Key to the warehouse. Shit. Ow. Oh, this son of a bitch is also a shot. Not good. It shouldn't have done that. Not good. Plus 10? Seriously, that's best you can do. Of course you missed. Thank you. Come on. Oh great, she has no. And of course she just got As Merc hits the ground, the docks become eerily silent. Good grief. Is she gonna heal over time? Hey, that was harder than it really needed to be. About to transition to a new location. Continue. Confirm. I really hope we don't get attacked inside too. You head inside the darkened warehouse with Shannon, her eyes of that far-off gaze associated with looking into the astral plane. When the world changed, the Native American tribes made a resurgence as well, demanding a place in the new world. They got it. The Salish Shidhi Council now represents 8.6 million Amerindians across a multitude of tribes. Salish, Makah, I don't know how to pronounce that, and others. They've adapted to the awakening better than other nations, thanks to a deeper connection to the world, both physical and spiritual. You can see that connection alive in Shannon now. You notice the shift in her focus as she returns to the present. She nods to you. She can sense the spirits in this place. Now you just need to find them. Hopefully, they're cooperative. Oh goody, there's more of them in here. An adept, that's not good. And we're all still fucking hurt. Okay, it won't even let me use any of this stuff. So... Heal thyself. Okay. Me some armor since I'm the one up in front. Okay. What the hell? yourself. Go ahead and take his ass out. No, that would be too. He's got a sword. Adepts don't use weapons, if I recall. Oh, come on. Where the hell did that other guy go? Oh, he's right there. Of course. Oh, son of a... I'll play that game. What the fuck? That was lucky. Oh, there's more? Fuck. Oh, great. And I've lost my bag. Good fucking grief, that isn't all of them. Still. Okay, where the fuck is the rest of them? See anybody else? Jesus Christ, I'm gonna get fucking fragged here. Clearly, I did not plan for this properly at all. Oh, there's 3 more of these motherfuckers. That's it. Yeah. Well, that's because I didn't know you were gonna throw a fucking army at me. Load last save. Obviously I need more help. No, I need to go back. And of course I didn't save it. Restart level. Confirm. Now is that going to... Nope, of course it's... Oh, I didn't save before I left. Of course I didn't. I didn't know it was going to throw this shit at me. So yeah, I mean, I have no more healing items, no more nothing. Alright, so I guess we're gonna come over here and guard, try to get some cover. That's not what I intended to do. Fuck. Seriously? Oh, you fucking asshole. Well, he killed himself and hurt us, I don't think. Of course. Manages to hit her right when we're about to take her down. I have absolutely nothing that I can use to heal her. Not a damn thing. I'm really getting tired of this. Seriously, you don't have anything, nothing at all. I mean, the spirit can't do any healing, you've got nothing. I'm just plain old fucked. Shit. I'm gonna have to go ahead and go all the way back there. I was stupid. I didn't save it like I should have. Now I've got to completely redo all of that stuff. Oh, that pisses me off. Sheesh. I mean, honestly, I knew that I needed to hire some people for a run, but at the same time, it's like, come on. You gave me no indication that you were going to be throwing in that kind of flack my way, for fuck's sake. It's supposed to be like some goddamn security guards that I was gonna deal with. It wasn't supposed to be an entire damn team of Shadowrunners. But that was what? There was 4 outside and like 8 inside or something? I mean, Jesus Christ. It's only supposed to be like an hour or hour and a half session, and now I'm gonna have to backtrack and redo everything I did. At least I can just power through it this time. I don't have to go through all the dialogue. Just long enough to get where I need to go. Fill me in. Not gonna choose any other things. Dresden. Don't need to waste time looking for other stuff. You know what's over here, unless it's randomized. Can't get through there. Can't get through there. Luckily we can get through a lot of this stuff pretty quickly since we're not having to worry about the dialogue. Take care of this right quick again. Probably, hopefully it'll be a bit easier through going through this time. Probably not. Again. Don't worry about any of the other bullshit. Don't care about that. Just get our way in there. And we get jumped as soon as we go through. And Scorpion. Alright. Let's take out the pistol. That's what we're best with. Try and take this guy down. Last time, but let's see if we can accomplish it this time. Oh! Doesn't look like it's gonna happen. God, you missed. You didn't. Son of a bitch. You missed. Actually hit that time. still gonna use that grenade. I don't have that grenade anymore. Still hit him. Go. Ridiculous. Come on. Right, point blank with a shotgun, I missed, that's for sure. I believe that. Hope this time not only did I not do any better, I actually did worse. Jesus fucking Christ. Seriously, I have to go through all this all over again. Just let me in. Son of a bitch, hell. Here we go. Use mage. Of course it is. Alright, got through that one actually pretty damn well that time. I guess I need to use cover more is part of the problem. And if I'm thinking I'll need a decker, I need to just go ahead and oh, my choices did matter. Okay, that was a better outcome. I'm a professional. How's Keto doing? You still gonna be a runner? Apparently I can't hire you for that. Plus she was in that list and I just didn't see. I think I'm going to skip the decking stuff. This time around, I never had a chance to use it, so I don't know if it would be worth getting or not. Oh, it's in medical supplies. Whoa! Man, I do not like the horrendously limited space here. Let's go ahead and look at the cyberware. We still have more than enough to go ahead and pick up some stuff and get ourselves some new eyes. Alright, so this guy, he was selling clothing items. He doesn't have anything better except for the Alec armor. And I think I'd rather have the dodge. We're going up against a lot of firepower. Cost me up front. Alright. Oh. This might be useful. Shaman's Emerald. I did like working with Hex over here. So we got this guy. No cyberware. Looks like he's got some pretty good skills, knows what he's doing. Alright, let's try this again. Now we've actually got a bit more in the way of backup and didn't waste money on the decking stuff. And of course now I'll end up needing it. This is ridiculous. This is just way too limited space. And I can give stuff to them too. I see. Give her a concussion grenade. You got a couple of, what are these? Smoke grenades? A couple of more grenades just in case. This is gonna give you a whole bunch of grenades. I don't know what the hell I'd give her. I guess I can buy. That's why you can buy stuff for various people without needing to. Oh, I have lots of karma now. Karma. Let's go ahead and just get body up. Alright. Milk run. Let's get to it. This should go a lot smoother, I hope. See, well enough to get through there. So now let's just go ahead and get up here. Other one, of course, was the one that was a pain in the ass. A little damage. This is fire. I'm not sure. Smells really useful. Ouch, I should have given him armor. That's no vision there. Oh, come on, go down. Of course, you get the crit the second shot instead of one that would have been useful. Why are they running around? Of course it is. Oh. Take your ass out. This is going a lot smoother. you're in a really bad spot. Oh, come on, how the hell did I miss? Let's just run up and punch him. Wait, oh, come on. There we go. It's more karma. 4 karma. Come on. Sure. I don't know what Overwatch does, but let's do it. Yeah, that went a lot better. Way better. Like I said, they made it seem like it was just going to be some security guards, and we'd have to get in past security guards, maybe do some sneaky stuff, so I thought decking, hacking would be a good thing to have at this point. I didn't know I was going to be facing off with a small army. Like, I know that, yeah, you know, I don't want games necessarily to hold my hand with the bunny ears there, but, like, come on. Nice. One down, and of course, someone's going to take some damage. And of course they're going to attack me. He missed. Of course he didn't. Good grief, go down already, for fuck's sake. Of course you did. He's hardly wounded at all. I'm a little bit hurt. Hi. Seriously, I mean, come on. Of course you're gonna miss the last one. And then take a shot. so it's still myself. Everybody else was in the green anyways. Alrighty. I already knew that the people were mostly down here. Let's go ahead and get everybody over the hall. Whoa, I didn't intend to hit him. Fuck. Guess it is a shotgun after all. Sorry about that, dude. I was not expecting that to happen. Still hit him. Hell. Her, of course. You missed. Oh. On a ball thing. Yeah, of course. The assassin. Gary's flight recorder. Find the pay data that the runners are after. Well, we can go do that in a minute. I want to see what they were after. Seriously, all this area back here, there's nothing. Nothing we can look at. Seriously? I mean, that's really disappointing. Is this door open over here now? No, it isn't. Well, let's go check out things down here. Or was that... we have the... We already have what we were... Well, there's nothing we can get to in here either. Alright, so... The air grows cold and the spirits of dead children coalesce from the vapor of your breath. Their cherubic faces are burned and their lips quiver as if they are about to cry, but their eyes are round and vacant. They glare at you unblinking. Creepy. We are the innocents who have perished in the flames, choking on smoke as we fell from the sky, crying for our mothers. You bring angers to your world, which was once home to us, and we will use them to testify. So the first magical fetish to the spirits. We no longer see the world of flesh seeker, only the essence and auras of living things. Worlds, though words may echo through the veil, and sometimes we may hear them. Last night this place was filled with a scream that went on and on, drawing us to it. It was a man crying out for a witness as he died, and so he came to bear witness, but fled in terror before the malevolent spirit that profaned the man's remains. The spirit was other. It was not of this place. It had twisted its way through the veil and through the dark to come here. So the second magic fetish. When the other had gone and we returned to our vigil, we found two creatures of flesh. One you would call an elf, unsullied by technology, and able to channel the energies of the cosmos. Yet his spirit was corrupted from within. He was dark and twisted, yet not like the other, so we did not flee. The second we knew to be a troll. Ribbons of his essence had been flayed from him, leaving cold machinery behind. His aura was the aura of one simple and confused. Between elf and troll lay the remains of the man whose sister now chanced to us for justice. The elf, his essence remains in place where the man died. Something has been left behind, a small part of him perhaps. Spirit, can you tell us any more? The spirit begins to fade, all but one. Its eyes harden and it takes full measure of you as if to commit everything about you to memory. No, we must not sit. With the spirit's gone, the young shaman releases her hold on the magical tether, connecting her to the other realm. She reels from the backlash, or perhaps from the emotional toll of knowing her brother's last moments. They saw him. They were with him when he died. You alright? She takes a series of controlled breaths, only shuddering with the first few. No, but I will be. I don't want that for him. Not what those poor souls have endured. My brother deserves to be free. He is free. What we do now, we do for the living. Thank you, and you're right, this isn't over yet. We have to find that piece of the elf the spirit spoke of. It's our best hope of stopping this. You'd think it'd be around there, but since this is open, let's go see if now there's something to look at here. That other sounded like one of the horrors, I believe they were called, in Earth Dawn. Because Earth Dawn is another pen and paper RPG, same setting as Shadowrun, but way in the past. It's not fantasy mixed with sci-fi. It's more pure fantasy, but it's horror fantasy. It takes place in a world where the cycle of magic is starting to wane, starting to ebb away. And yeah, it's just right there. Figures. Why can you not get in here? Not even an option to deck. Can't take any weapons off anybody to sell. Nothing. See, that's another thing. No loot. There's no friggin' loot in the game. So anyway, in Earth Dawn, I think they're called the Horrors, but basically, as magic grows more powerful in the world, the gulf, I guess you could call it, in the astral plane between our world and the world of these chaotic, purely magical, spiritual, destructive, horrible things, it's Lovecraftian. If you're familiar with H.P. Lovecraft, it gets thinner, and eventually it grows powerful enough that they can come into our world, and then it's basically a struggle for survival until magic starts to ebb off and go away again, and then they can't stay here, except for in places of really high magic. And Shadowrun takes place where magic has just started coming back strongly, so the gulf is still wide, but there are ways that it can be bridged unnaturally. Aztec does it, and some others. DNA evidence. Blood. This is what the spirits wanted us to find. The police of my brother's killer. It's not much, but it's enough. She scowls at it, looking every bit like she intends to reach through the small sample and dismember its owner from afar, and perhaps she can. Is that enough to target a spell? All I need is a drop in adequate time. But I'm still feeling quite drained. I need a rest before I can try anything so involved. When I'm able, I'll commune with Bear, consult the spirits, and do what must be done. So, the second thing, in Shadowrun, you have two schools of magic, if you've noticed. Mages and shamans. Magi use hermetic magic. It's gestures and words and formula. Shamans, they commune with a spirit creature. In her case, she's a bear shaman. So, they commune with that spirit, and then that spirit gives them their power. It's kind of the difference between wizards and clerics in Dungeons and Dragons, if you're familiar with that differentiation between the types of magic. When I'm able, I'll commune with Bear, consult. Okay. But in the meantime, you might take some portion of the sample to pursue a more conventional avenue of attack. I have some friends who might be able to help. Good, let me know if you learn anything about this elf and troll pair. And should you find them, I want to be there when they are brought low. I want to see the light leave their eyes for my brother. There is no one else I would rather have by my side. She was pretty good. Seriously, I'd like... There should be some more stuff. I mean, that was a major event. There was a big battle. It seemed like it was probably the first major... I mean, it was our first proper run in the game, and didn't have much out of it. After hours, when you turn to the seamstresses union in the early hours of the morning, it seems a completely different place. Bereft of the normal crowd that haunted, the bar feels desolate and almost abandoned. It's eerie, like the back hallways of hotels and shopping malls. But you finally have a break in your case, a sample of the Ripper's blood. You just need to find someone to help you analyze it. Without its colorful staff, cast of regulars imposing tourists, the union feels hollow. The front bar and lounge are deserted except for a handful of janitors. Can't talk to anyone. This Kubota is in the back. Yeah, I just swept there. Yeah, that's funny. Gathered around the intimate back bar, Miss Kubota and her coterie gather for breakfast, with the lady herself doing the cooking. The smell of soy calf and something resembling sausages fills the room. What's in these sausages? Oh, hey, would you like some? She stops. Forgive me, Oma, but you look like hell. Long night. She looks at you over, noting the signs of your nocturnal activity. She nods. Any run you can walk away from is a good run. Helps when the other team doesn't walk away. No one to follow you. I can tell you've been busy, and I can see by the look on your face that there's something you need. Is this about the Ripper? Yes, I found some DNA evidence and need help analyzing it. So that is excellent. I will unlock the piano so you may go downstairs. I am certain someone in the safe house will be able to help you if they are awake. It is likely that you will visit the Matrix before the day is done. May I take a sausage? Take the whole plate. Can't talk to anybody, Mr. Clue. Evening, sir. What's the word around town, Mr. Clue? There's been more talk of the Ripper killings. Some people are saying they're hate crimes on account of the victims all being human. What if I told you the prime suspects were an elf and a troll? Still doesn't mean the killings are racially motivated. People are just too quick to label something a hate crime. Check the census. The city is still 66% humans. Close your eyes and throw a rock, you're more than likely to hit a human. Doesn't make it a hate crime. Still a crime though, and that should be enough. Very true. This is the first real rise you've seen out of Mr. Clue, but he reins himself in with a roll of his thick shoulders and a smoothing of his jacket. Don't worry, not going to start throwing rocks. Wouldn't want to reinforce the stereotype. I'll leave you to your business, sir. I'll leave you to your business, sir. I like Mr. Clue. Good character. Digital world. You've been doing a lot of legwork on this job, but it's going to require a trip to cyberspace and back to ID the Ripper. Matrix, cybernetic analog of inside the grid, the worldwide computer network, a digital world, information brought to life inside cyberspace. Your avatar does all the work while your meat body's left behind. All around your avatar are pathways to other nodes filled with data. I see. Counter intrusion programs, intrusion countermeasures, and other jacked-in runners. Cyberspace has as many dangers as the meat world and more. Locked doors, security countermeasures, and black ice that can fry a Decker's brain. Every movement you make in the Matrix can be tracked. If you aren't careful, get dump shocked out and your brain gets fuzzy for a bit, get hit by an enemy Decker, and you can die. Just to make it clear, Shadowrun predates the Matrix, the movie, by quite a bit, so they didn't rip the idea off by any stretch. Besides, the idea of jacking into some sort of internet thing is straight out of Cyberpunk 101, really. And grass. Oh yeah, because I was hoping to get some peace and quiet tonight. You got something for me? I've got a flight recorder. Would happen to be an Ares flight recorder. Some very powerful buyers are looking for that right now. I can get rid of it for you for say 20%. That leaves 20,000, 2,000 for you. Deal. Pleasure doing business. And I think since I had to redo so much, about an hour longer than I wanted to be on tonight, I'm going to go ahead and save. I should do a lot more often. Oh damn. See, I'd still like to spec into decking a bit. I mean, I've got intelligence 2 already. Some more bonus hit points from using a med kit. And enemy hit points visible. I don't know about that. Just in case I have to go unarmed. Since if I'm going to carry a deck, I won't be able to carry a melee. I know that decking probably isn't going to be a huge thing in this, but being able to carry around a deck, get in, and, unlock some doors and shit could be useful. I'm still mostly a cyber Sims. Oh, looks like that's where you'd be able to, the spots you can deck in. Okay. So, go ahead and save game. Save it. Game saved. And I'm going to go ahead and leave you there. Thank you everybody that dropped in and watched. I think I saw that there were 1 or 2 people that popped in and then kind of popped out. Not your cup of tea, or you just seeing what was going on and you'll check back later, I hope. Everybody that watches on YouTube, just the video when it's uploaded later, thank you very much for sticking around. And thank you very much for watching the video, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.